Hi, I'm Stan with Fender, and we're here today with Josh Smith looking at the Fender MTG LA tube distortion pedal. The MTG LA is in our MTG series. We designed it with Bruce Agnator, and it features a vacuum tube that runs at high voltages. The high voltage part is important because it gives the pedal amp-like dynamics where you can turn your guitar down and it cleans up nicely. Feature-wise, it has treble and bass controls. It has an additional tone control that affects the very highest frequencies, so you can dial in clarity or help to tame fizz on an overly bright amp. It has Bruce's tight control. The tight control affects the gain on low notes, so how articulate or tight something is versus how tubby or complex or how much bloom it might have. There's a foot switchable boost. The boost circuit gives you more drive or more output level or both. They're each individually adjustable. It's a true bypass all analog pedal, and like all the pedals in this series, it features illuminated knobs. Before we get into the tones, Josh, what are you playing?
I'm playing an American Pro HSS Stratocaster straight into a 68 Custom Deluxe Reverb.
Cool. Let's hear the bypass tone straight up. Let's get back to that tone we had at the top of the video. Right now the pedal's set about mid-gain. Josh, why don't you play through, see what you can do with it.
All right, at the top I was exclusively on the bridge pickup, but I'll go through all the positions now and roll my volume up and down. Cool. So here's neck pickup, volume down a little bit. Here's neck middle. Middle bridge. And then back to the bridge.
Cool. Let's see what happens when we turn the gain down. I'm going to turn the level up a little bit and see what those tones are like.
All right.
Cool. There's a lot of tones in Josh and also a lot of tones in the pedal.
Yeah, it's really versatile and dynamic. It cleans up really well and responds to all your pickup selections and volume and tone changes. And the way that you play, you know, the different inflections that you put into it, it kind of reacts very well to that stuff.
Awesome. Hey, let's get to the other end of the spectrum. Let's crank the gain on and see what it'll do at high gain settings.
All right.
Still cleans up.
Still cleans up.
Awesome. All right, let's look at what the tight control does. I'm going to turn the gain down a little bit. And maybe for this, if you just play like a palm mute low
yeah,
E,
just
right?
chunk.
Yeah. Maybe if you could do some single note stuff around the middle of the neck.
Yeah. Kind of sounds like a different cabinet, like you're changing speaker cabinets a little bit.
Yeah, what you heard in the chunk stuff, you heard it kind of get a little flubby at one end, but then
Absolutely.
it got a little tighter and prettier kind of. But then on the single note stuff, I actually liked it where it was a little bit fatter because it gets a little more complex or a little richer.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
absolutely.
Why don't we walk through some of the tone control settings just to get an idea of what they do.
All right.
If you play, I'm going to go ahead and sweep the tone control back. This is actually a low pass filter, so it progressively removes high notes, high frequencies. This control is really useful if you have an amp that has like a built-in bright switch function or something where the amp is really bright. It allows you to tame fizz and make it sound more natural. That's great because then you can have a super clean, bright, clean tone, but when you kick on the drive, it can still be warm. Let's look at the boosts now. So the controls on the boost, there's an additional gain control that adds to the first gain control, and then there's a separate output level control. So when you kick the boost on, both of those controls become active. With the output level controls, you get one or the other. So an odd thing about the boost is you can actually make it be quieter if you want to make it quieter. But you can definitely make it a bit gainier. So I'll set the level controls about the same, so the volume's about the same, and then I'll just kick it on and off while Josh plays. We can hear the additional drive. Now we'll go the other way. I'll turn the additional gain off and I'll just give it more output level. The output circuit is exactly the same, so the tone isn't going to change at all. It's just going to get louder.
It's nice. It's almost like you can have a clean boost or a gain boost, and it doesn't matter where it is in your chain.
Yeah, or both at once.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So that's the MTG LA. It's a high voltage tube-based distortion pedal, has amp-like dynamics, has crazy broad range of tones, has a foot switchable boost, so a lot of flexibility. Visit Fender.com for more information on this pedal, as well as the full line of Fender pedals. Josh, you want to play us out?
Yeah.